I genuinely think this is the most important Indian trailer released in years. Not because it's the biggest budget, not because it has huge stars, because for the first time in a long time, it feels like a film that's trying to create our history on screen, not just retell it. The moment this trailer starts, you immediately notice something different. It doesn't rush. It isn't trying to impress you with 50 explosions in the first 30 seconds. Instead, it slowly pulls you into this world. And honestly, that confidence is refreshing. The scale is massive. Every frame feels designed for the biggest screen possible. The kingdoms feel ancient, the forests feel mysterious, and the battlefields actually look like places where legends could have been born. And let's talk about the visuals. Yes, there are still a handful of CGI shots that could become cleaner before release. They are noticeable if you're looking for them. But considering the release is still months away, that's honestly the easiest thing to improve. What's much harder to achieve is atmosphere. This trailer has atmosphere. It feels epic. One thing I really appreciated is the way Ranbir Kapoor has been presented as Bhagwan Ram. I know some people expected a louder, more intimidating version, but Ram isn't remembered only because he was a great warrior. His greatest strength was his calmness, his discipline, and his compassion. Those qualities are much harder to portray than simply looking powerful. And that's exactly what I see here. Ranbir's performance feels restrained rather than flashy. If the film can gradually transform that calmness into righteous fury during the later battles, that emotional journey could become one of the movie's biggest strengths. Then comes Yash. Even with limited screen time, every appearance carries enormous weight. His Ravana doesn't need constant dialogue to command attention. The body language, the confidence, the sheer presence, it instantly shifts the energy of the trailer. It almost feels like two completely different forces are preparing to collide. One built on serenity, the other built on dominance. That's a conflict I can't wait to watch. Another huge positive is that the trailer respects the audience. Instead of explaining every single plot point, it gives you glimpses, enough to understand the emotional journey without feeling like you've already watched half the movie, even though you do know the story. More trailers need to do this. Leave me curious how they're gonna present this thing. Don't leave me feeling spoiled. And then there's the music. Having A.R.Rahman and Hans Zimmer attached naturally raises expectations. But what impressed me wasn't just the score. It was how the music supported the visuals instead of overpowering them. Nothing felt unnecessarily loud. The soundtrack rises when it needs to, becomes emotional when it should, and allows several moments to breathe. That's surprisingly rare in modern trailers. Now, is everything perfect? No. There are a few visual effects that still need polish, and some character moments are intentionally brief because this is only part one of a much larger story. And we all know we missed Bhagwan Hanuman. But honestly, those aren't deal breakers. They are reminders that this is setting up something much bigger. What excites me the most is that this doesn't feel like it's trying to imitate Hollywood. It feels like an Indian epic that's comfortable embracing its own identity. The costumes, architecture, the history, emotions, and visual language all rooted in the source material instead of chasing trends. That's exactly what I wanted. By the end of these 4 minutes, I wasn't thinking about box office numbers. I wasn't comparing it shot for shot with older adaptations. And don't even think of Adipurush. I was simply thinking. I want to experience this on the biggest IMAX screen I can find. And that's probably the biggest compliment I can give any trailer. If the final film delivers the same emotional weight, visual consistency, and character depth that this trailer promises, we might be looking at one of the defining Indian cinematic events of this decade. Now, the pressure is enormous. The trailer has done its job. The expectations couldn't be higher. Let's see if the film can make history.